Power can build legends, but it can also bury them. This is not just about money, fame, or scandal. It is about what happens when control becomes obsession, when silence becomes a shield, and when a $300 million empire collapses in plain sight. This is not gossip. This is Diddy's reckoning. Act 1. The Rise. Empire State of Mind. In the 1990s, Sean Puffy Combs was more than a rising star. He was reshaping culture. Harlem was his playground, and hip-hop was his empire in the making. With Bad Boy Records, he launched legends like the notorious B.I.G., and with every hit, he expanded his reach. He was not just producing music, he was building a brand. Ciroc Vodka, Sean John Fashion, Revolt TV. Each move calculated, each venture louder than the last. By 2022, Forbes called him a billionaire. But that number masked a deeper truth. Most of it was tied up in brand value, equity, and influence, not cash. What looked like limitless wealth was leverage, power distributed across 20 companies, some connected in shadow. To the world, he was a symbol of black excellence. But to those watching closely, the foundation was already under strain. The night the lights went out. March 25, 2024. Before sunrise, federal agents stormed Diddy's estates in Los Angeles and Miami. Helicopters hovered. Doors crashed open. Inside, chaos. What they found wasn't just luxury, it was evidence. Dozens of hard drives, surveillance footage, firearms with defaced serials, over 1,000 vials of lubricant. Agents described a dark pattern. Court filings referenced freak-offs, drugs, coercion, and private bedroom camera. This wasn't tabloid gossip. It was federal. Act 3. Real estate raped. His homes once symbolized status, now they signaled collapse. Diddy's Holmby Hills estate, worth $61,500,000, sat in federal hands. His $48 million Star Island mansion was flagged. Beverly Hills quietly listed. Under Rico laws, prosecutors didn't need a conviction to seize property, just a connection. If it was bought with dirty money, it could be taken. Forensic accountants followed paper trails through shell companies and LLCs. It wasn't about one house, it was about all of them. Act 4. When Ciroc went dry. For years, Diddy was the face of Cîroc. From club billboards to yacht parties, he turned vodka into cultural capital. But in 2023, the partnership cracked. Diddy sued Diageo, alleging racial discrimination in the handling of Ciroc and De Leon. Diageo fired back, claiming he violated terms. Then came the lawsuits. Then came the silence. In May, the split became official. No more branding, no more distribution, no more shared profits. His $100 million spirits empire gone in weeks. Bottles vanished from menus. Pallets collected dust. For years, Ciroc wasn't just liquor, it was Diddy's identity. A mirror of his lifestyle, polished, exclusive, loud. But now, the image faded. No deals, no flash, no fallback. Analysts estimated up to $40 million in lost revenue when Diageo pulled the plug. They didn't just cut him out, they pulled a cornerstone from his empire. Act 5. Revolt Unplugged. Revolt was Diddy's cultural megaphone. Unfiltered, unapologetic. A platform for black voices, music, politics, and influence. He founded it to challenge the system. But when the lawsuits came, the system pushed back. In November 2024, Diddy stepped down as chairman. Officially, it was to avoid distraction. Unofficially, it was hemorrhaging. Advertisers paused, sponsors vanished, events were canceled. Within months, revenues dropped by over 60%. Revolt wasn't just a channel, it was credibility. When that vanished, so did the message. Staff morale plummeted, partnerships dissolved, offices closed early, and the brand that once sparked conversation fell silent. No press tour. Act 6. $1 million lost in days. Diddy's downfall wasn't slow, it was stacked. In November 2023, he quietly settled with Cassie for an estimated $20 million. In February 2024, a class action lawsuit surfaced, with damages predicted to hit $30 million. By September, he missed a court appearance. The result? A Michigan judge issued a $100 million default judgment. No appeal, no delay, just debt. With interest, penalties mounted to $10 million. Financial experts called it reckless. This wasn't a bad business quarter. This was empire liquidation. Investors backed out. Insurers panicked. Act 7. The Circle of Consequences. The empire began to vanish. Quietly, then completely. Clothing shipments from Sean John were suspended. His music catalog went under internal legal review. Brand partnerships dissolved. Tour deals evaporated. Celebrities distanced themselves. Event organizers removed his name. On social media, engagement dropped by over 90%. Posts that once sparked millions of reactions now echoed into silence. Internally, employees fled. Former allies deleted posts. Act 8. Rico. The final card. The Rico statute doesn't just target individuals, it targets patterns. Investigators followed the money. Dozens of shell companies, real estate LLCs, luxury ventures, licensing arms. Each branch led back to one trunk, Combs. In court, they called it the Combs Enterprise. Prosecutors didn't accuse him of one crime. They alleged the infrastructure itself was built to hide crimes. His liquor deals, Act 9. Legacy. On trial. The contrast was haunting. In 2022, Diddy stood on stage at the BET Awards. Radiant, applauded, honored as a legend. Just 3 years later, his image appeared again, but as a courtroom sketch, tired and diminished, facing allegations that unraveled everything he built. The cost of control. The mansion stood empty, the jet parked, Ciroc crates stacked in forgotten warehouses. Diddy once said, "Don't chase the money, chase the dream." But his empire wasn't built on dreams, it was built on dominance. Control was his currency. And when no one could say no, he believed nothing could stop him. But empires built on silence eventually crumble in noise. Power blinded him. And the same control that brought him fortune became his downfall. Employees feared him, partners appeased him, lawyers delayed the inevitable. But truth always lands, and this time it landed hard. The music stopped, the money slowed, the influence vanished. Not in scandal, but in shame. In the end, Diddy didn't just lose wealth, he lost the myth of being untouchable. And when the curtain falls on control, all that remains is the silence no one dares break. In the end, Diddy did not just lose deals or dollars, he lost the illusion of invincibility. And in that silence, a louder truth emerged. No empire is untouchable. No legacy is immune. Because the higher you rise without accountability, the harder the fall. And this fall echoed across the world.